And I fucking guess you got fucked like a dump. Suck, suck. I like dumps, dumps, dumps. I'm gonna take a dump, dump, dump. Da dong, da dong, dong, dong.
It's hardcore. It's uncensored. It's On Your Mark with Mark E. Xtreme.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, gather around the cell phone where it's playing, or on your computer. Just pretend like it's old-timey fire and there's a radio. Unless it's hot out, then don't build a fire. And yeah, I don't think you need your radio for this, but it's a show. It's the greatest wrestling podcast there is on planet Earth and all of the Milky Ways. It's Skyflyer here, along with my best friend and all the Milky Ways, and I'd even share a candy of a Milky Way with them, Mark E. Xtreme.
If I had a candy to give to you, Skeeter, I would shove it full of razor blades and thumbtacks. And if we were standing by a fire, I'd push you in it. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Mark. Xtreme, 15 plus years undefeated, backyard wrestling entertainment champion and owner. And on top of all that, hot ass, smooth ass, sexy ass shit. I am the host of On Your Mark, the #1 wrestling YouTube channel for years. Don't look at the numbers, cause it's all a conspiracy and a hoax. If the fucking Grimm has more numbers than we do, then you know it's fake ass shit. The #1 wrestling YouTube channel's giving you the hottest shoot interviews and wrestling content for years. And we've been giving it to you so hot and sexy and smooth for years that we thought, why not take what you love about the YouTube channel and throw it on into the podcast world? And that's why we got the On Your Mark Wrestling Podcast coming at you every Wednesday via Dragon Wagon Radio. We're diving into topics such as dumbass ideas that Skeeter chooses, like Nicholas, Marco Stunt, and John Cena. And we're giving you the hardest and uncensored look that you've ever had in wrestling, coming from the best perspective that you could ever get in wrestling, the #1, 15 plus years undefeated backyard wrestling entertainment champion, Mark E. Xtreme.
Nobody does it better, and that's why we're here. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the champ. The champ's perspective on all things, including this week's Lita.
Oh, fuck yeah.
No, why? Why are you upset? No, it's
No,
Lita.
no,
This
no,
should
no,
be
I'm
good.
not. No, Skeeter, quite the contrary. I am not upset. I am, in fact, very stoked to dive back into memory lane and perhaps pull up some hot-ass pictures while we're doing it of that fine-ass, thong-ass, sex celebration-ass diva herself. Oh, the queen of Xtreme, Lita.
Oh, well, this is terrific. I'm so happy that you're happy. I was worried you're going to be upset because I picked a diva.
No, hell no, Skeeter. You know, there might be some divas that I'd be kind of, or women's wrestlers that I would be a little pissed off about you picking, you know, gosh dang. Bailey was one that
I love that episode. Bailey.
I'd still to this day don't know if she is a toddler or if she's 70 years old. I don't fucking know. Anyway, Skeeter, yes, very proud of you. This is a topic that I'm excited to jump into. But before we do, I think we got a little business to attend to.
We certainly do. Thank you to Dragon Wagon Radio that hosts this show, along with many other great shows you can find on DragonWagonRadio.com or wherever you get your podcasts. I like that show, Myth Understood.
You fix your lisp.
What? Myth Understood.
Misunderstood.
Misunderstood.
Don't go listen to Misunderstood. On Your Mark is way better than them.
It's Greek myths. It's Greek myths.
Oh, that'll put the butts in the seats.
Well, people like Thor. You ever seen Thor?
Fix your lisp.
You ever seen Thor?
Sore? What the hell are you trying to say?
Thor, the one with the hammer.
You're spitting all over your mic. I think your goddamn poor fucking microphone is infected.
Well, also rate and review the show on Apple Podcasts. It just takes you less than 2 minutes. You go over there, you click on Your Mark Wrestling Podcast, then you rate the show, you give it 5 stars, hopefully, and then you just write a little review. That also gives you the opportunity to win some free t-shirts. And also check out our Patreon, patreon.com/OYM show. You can be listening to this show right now if you have that early than everybody else. So that's the way you do that, along with other great stuff, and including extreme shout-outs on this show. Right, Marky Extreme?
Hell yeah, that's right, Skeeter. The skid marks that keep the roof over the backyard and the food on the table before I body slam bitches through it. They get a shout out every week on this podcast. It's a prestigious group that only few can be a part of, but anybody can really be a part of it. If you go to patreon.com/OIM show, and the shout outs this week are as follows: Dylan Hinton, Tim Redbeard, Spot the Magic Ninja, Liam McLeod, Rick Conley, Tom, Hillbilly Bryn, Angela Elias, Mr. Blix, and Miguel Diaz. Well, there you have it, Skeeter. Those are the skid marks that make all my goddamn extreme dreams come true, and keep, like I say, every week, keep the roof over the backyard and the food on the table before I body slam bitches through it. Also, Skeeter, I want to mention, that we're going to start putting up watch along videos on our Patreon. Are you excited about that, Skeeter?
Are you for reals?
Yeah, I think there's one up already, you dumbass.
We get to... That's for everybody? I thought that was just a gift for me.
No, I'm not just watching shit with you. No, there's got to be a purpose for it. I got to be making some money with it. So, yes, we are going to be doing some watch-alongs. It's just another reason that you should join the On Your Mark Patreon.
That's amazing. Oh, wow. This might be the best episode yet. Everybody, this is episode 29, and we're talking about Lita. Born Amy Christine Dumbass on April 14th, 1975 in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. That's exciting. I like Florida. Do you like Florida, Marky Extreme?
Yeah, goddamn. Florida might be the best state in the world. I mean, you've got the WWE Performance Center, you've got Disney, Universal, you got fucking Gatorland.
Thunderdome.
You got the Thunderdome, not as good as the Nitrodome, the BW Nitrodome, I should say. But yes, you do have the Thunderdome.
Daly's Place.
They got the Daly's Place. You got the best people. I think that, Florida is just, the best, the best. It ain't America's wiener for nothing.
No, it sure isn't. Lita majored in education at Georgia State University. What? Georgia?
Education. Yeah, she did. She majored in education.
Well, she had to because she was a dumbass.
I don't think you get my joke.
Are you making a joke? I'm sorry I'll tell you a joke. I'm so excited to laugh. I'm ready. Please tell me your joke.
Well, I already said my... Do you want me to explain my joke to you now?
Can you draw it? Because I'm better with drawings.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I'll try to draw edges. Okay, this is a hedge.
Yeah.
This is his pecker.
Oh. Ew, why are you drawing that?
Because that's education that Lita got. She got some tutoring, some education, because she banged Edge.
Adam Copeland? Do you mean
forget it?
Edge Copeland?
Forget it, Skeeter. Forget it. The joke is long overdue at this point. And frankly, I don't want to hear you laugh because it creeps me out.
I'm sorry. Maybe if you drew in color, that would help me out a little bit. But she dropped out in 1993 because she felt it was too much like high school. How far did you get in school, Marky Extreme?
Skeeter, I left when I felt like I learned enough. And not many people in schools, students, do that. Take it upon themselves to, know when enough is enough. I've learned everything that I can learn. And you get up and walk out. And if any students in schools listening right now, and you feel like your brain is completely full and you feel like you've had enough, own it. Stand up, walk out of class and walk home. You don't need to be in school no more. And take that from me, 15 plus year undefeated backyard wrestling entertainment champion.
Those are strong words and words to live by. That was really great. That was inspirational. If you wrote books, I think you should write that in there. Dumbass first became interested in wrestling after watching Rey Mysterio Jr., a Mexican-American luchador, wrestle on an episode of World Championship Wrestling's Monday Nitro. She traveled to Mexico in 1997 to learn more about the sport and how to wrestle. Dumbass financed her training by dancing in a club under the pseudonym Misty. During her stay in Mexico, Dumbass trained under numerous wrestlers, including El Dandy, Kevin Quinn, and Ricky Santana. Marquis Xtreme, who are they?
The fuck if I know. You know, these are names, you know, and the truth be told, like a lot, I don't remember or, you know, understand half of the cruiserweight division names that were part of Nitro back then, you know, not to take anything away from the God-given talents that they had, you know, though they were, you know, out there putting on some beautiful, matches, but Skeeter, I don't remember any of the names of anybody back then other than Rey Mysterio Jr., Juventud. That's pretty much the only thing I can think of.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty exciting, huh? That she was dancing in a club.
I bet, man. If I looked as hot as her, I would too.
I can't wait till I'm old enough to go to one of those clubs. That's going to be fun. In April 1999, Dumbass was approached by Paul Heyman, the owner and booker of Xtreme Championship Wrestling. Dumbass debuted in ECW as ECW. It was, yeah, but I like the later ECW better.
Continue.
Dumbass debuted in ECW as Miss Congeniality, the on-screen girlfriend of Danny Doring. And Dumbass later began using the name Angelica once again and made her pay-per-view debut at July 18th Heat Wave, where Doring, as part of their storyline, proposed to her with a condom.
He proposed to her with a fucking condom? What? I don't remember this.
I guess he couldn't afford a ring.
So he could propose with a condom?
Yeah. I guess it means he will protect her and all her life.
That's not what that means, Skeeter. Do you know what condom's for?
It's to protect somebody. It's like a bulletproof vest, really.
I can tell you for a fact the condoms I use are not a bulletproof vest. I rip right through those things. I don't know if I get big enough ones, but the ones I get, they hurt me. And they're bound to at some point, you know, because it ain't, you know, it ain't slip and slide down there like it used to be. So that shit, it rips and I bleed. And, you know, so that it ain't, you know, I try to get my money back. I try to take him back to Walgreens and say this, and I lay it on the counter. And I tell them, I said, I need my money back. This condom broke. And I could point to it. And there's still, you know, there's all kinds of fluids on it. So they can see that it didn't work. So no, Skeeter, that's not a full bulletproof ordeal.
Well, that's just, they're not taking your money back?
No, not giving me my money back.
Oh, they're not giving you, well, let's call them out. I mean, we have a platform here. That's just bad customer service. Who's doing this?
Walgreens on the corner. You know which one you are. I want my money back for broken condoms. So whether that's, you know, exchanging that for a box of Twinkies or that's giving me my cash, my hard-earned money back for that box of condoms, you know, I will continue to bring in the broken condoms and set them on the counter.
Walgreens on the corner, you are on notice. Dumbass was introduced to veteran wrestler Dory Funk Jr. by ECW wrestler Rob Van Dam and Funk invited her to his wrestling school. the Funkin' Conservatory. And then Dumbass went to the school along with 23 men. And then Funk put together all the footage of Dumbass and sent it to the World Wrestling Federation. And the WWF was sufficiently impressed by Dumbass. On November 1st, 1999, Dumbass was signed to a WWF developmental deal, and after 6 months with ECW, Dumbass made her final appearance on October 23rd, 1999. That's like right around when this is happening, but in a different year.
Oh, yeah. It was a good timing, Skeeter. Was this around the time where she's wearing thongs?
No, not yet. That's coming.
Oh, okay. That's coming, and then I am.
Lita debuted on the July 5th, 1999 episode of WWF Monday Night Raw from Fayetteville, North Carolina as part of the Godfather's Ho Train. And after honing her skills in Memphis Championship Wrestling developmental territory, Dumbass was given the ring name of Lita and paired with luchador S.A. Rios. And then Lita and Rios made their WWF debut on February 13th, 2000 episode of Sunday Night Heat, where Rios was booked to win the WWF Light Heavyweight Championship from Gilbert. Mark Xtreme, was it the right move to take the Light Heavyweight title off of Gilbert?
No, hell no. I mean, you got a guy out there that, you know, I think they should have really gone with Gilbert, you know. I saw there's a lot of money in Gilbert. We obviously, you know, wanted to bring him into Backyard Wrestling Entertainment, you know, many times, but couldn't afford his salary, you know, well deserved the amount of money he was asking. And, you know, I think that's one of the missed opportunities in WWE that they could have, you know, really made a lot of money with him. Skeeter, what does the word Lita mean?
What does the word Lita mean?
Yeah, what the fuck does that mean?
Like in Mexican, what's it mean?
I don't know. What does it mean?
Spicy? I assume it means spicy.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
It's probably a better name than Dumbass because I think people are going to think less of her if they said, oh, here's WWE Diva Champion Dumbass.
Yeah, you're probably right. You know, and someone like her, you know, with, you know, getting into WWE takes a business very seriously, much like me. And oh, how convenient, Skeeter. This leads me right to our first commercial. Skeeter, did you know that over on our Pro Wrestling Tee store, there's a new shirt? Did you know that, Skeeter?
What? There's a new shirt?
Yeah, there's a new shirt, ladies and gentlemen, over on our Pro Wrestling Tee store that you can go over there right now. March your happy ass on over to ProWrestlingTees.com/OIM show and pick up the new I Take This Business Very Seriously t-shirt, because there ain't nobody that takes this business more seriously than Marky Xtreme. And if you want people to know that you take this business seriously like Marky Xtreme, then I suggest you pick up one of our new t-shirts. But if you want to pick up another shirt or all of them, what are some of the other shirts that people can find on our Pro Wrestling Tee store?
There's so many shirts. Now that it's that shirt too, there's probably like 100. There is the King of Backyard Style shirt. There's the Mark E Xtreme shirt. There's the Backyard Bro shirt. There's the Skeeter Skyflyer shirt. There's the Extreme Cruise shirt. There's so many shirts. I don't know if I have that much brain power to remember them all.
Yeah, well, you know, I hope everybody listening at home has enough brain power and enough money in the bank to go on over to ProWrestlingTees.com/OIM show. Load that shopping cart up with the sickest wrestling shirts there is that has ever existed. Cover your torso up with one of these bad boys. Christmas coming soon, and these are a hell of a stocking stuffer. It's the Pro Wrestling Tees store, the ProWrestlingTees.com/OIM show.
S.A. Rios and Lita had a feud with Eddie Guerrero in China, which led to a European title match between Rios and then champion Guerrero at Backlash. And in May 2000, a storyline developed in which Lita found Rios cavorting with the Godfather and his hoes, causing tension between them. Rios eventually turned on Lita by powerbombing her after she inadvertently cost him a match with the Hardy Boys coming to her rescue. Hint, hint, something coming that we're going to talk about that I think everybody knows about. Do you know what I'm talking about?
What are you talking about?
Matt Hardy and Lita and their love.
Why are you rubbing your chest when you you're saying all this?
Because my heart's warm with love and it makes me happy.
Okay, you're creeping me out, but yeah.
As a member of Team Xtreme, Lita developed a more alternative image wearing baggy pants with a thong, which was hiked up above her pants, clearly exposed.
Oh, God dang it.
And right after she joined Team Xtreme, her popularity skyrocketed. Marky Xtreme, what do you attribute to the rise of Lita's popularity?
The rise of her thong upper hips. I don't know what it is, Skeeter, about when she hiked that thong up to the sides of her hips. So dang hot. Also, smart business decision. I had an experimental phase in Backyard Wrestling Entertainment where I decided to, hike a thong up on my hips like Lita. I am Marky Xtreme. She's Team Xtreme. So I take, I sometimes like to like look at some of what other boys and the girls are doing and take on some of those things. And, so I did, there's not many things in this business that I've done that might be a mistake or considered a mistake, but I could look back and say this is one of them. That night didn't end well, did it, Skeeter?
No, it didn't. You went in with a white thong and left with a brown thong.
Yeah, and science sometimes works like that. But I'm not a scientist. I'm a gosh dang backyard entertainer. But yes, I think you can contribute all of her rise to the rise of her thong on her hips.
All right. I liked your thong, Marky Xtreme. I thought it was one of those mood color changing thongs. I didn't know until later, till I smelled it.
A mood thong?
Yeah, I thought it just changes color with your mood because you come in and maybe you're happy and then during the match you got mad and then Skeeter, it turns brown.
Skeeter, that. Wait a second. A mood thong. God dang it, Skeeter. That's $1 billion idea right there. I'm stealing it.
It is?
Yep. No. I mean, no, I'm not. Nothing to hear here. Continue with your research, Skeeter.
Wait, nothing to hear. Then should we stop the podcast?
No. I'm just saying, I'm not gonna steal your idea or my idea or whatever. Anyways, let's get back to Lita and shit.
You can pay me in friendship, Marky Xtreme, and that's a deal.
Okay, you got it, buddy.
Marky Xtreme, what is the thong song?
Dump like a dump. Fuck. Thighs like fuck. Baby, move your dick, ass. And I fucking again. She got fucked like a dump. Suck. I like dumps. I'm gonna take a dump. And see the thong. Baby. The thong. I like the way that go. Baby, my way to go. That's what it is. I mean, I don't like to show off and sing too much, but, sometimes when I feel provoked and titillated, like right now, like knowing that I'm going to make a goddamn $1 billion on my mood thongs, I get a little excited, Skeeter.
That was great. I love a musical performance on this show. Lita began feuding with WWF Women's Champion Stephanie McMahon Helmsley. In the main event of the August 21st, 2000 episode of Raw is War, her second main event in 3 weeks, Lita defeated Stephanie with a moonsault to win the Women's Championship for the first time.
Hell
Isn't that exciting?
That's great.
I mean, who else can you be that's any bigger than a McMahon?
Yeah, well, Yeah, that was sick.
3 stars for Marky Xtreme. You heard it right there. 3 stars.
That's a hell of a match.
Let's talk about love. In 1999, Lita began dating Matt Hardy. They first met in January 1999 at an NWA Mid-Atlantic show and began dating a few months later. And then in February 2005, it was revealed that Lita had been romantically involved with fellow wrestler Adam Edge Copeland for several months while still in a relationship with Matt Hardy, who had been at home recovering from a knee injury. And following a public revelation of the affair, Matt Hardy was released by WWE, and Hardy was rehired several months later, and the real-life situation was turned into a real storyline. Mark Xtreme, what do you think of this situation right here?
Oh man, I remember this clear as day. So many thoughts, so many feelings. Matt Hardy is obviously one of my brothers. Mark Hardy obviously is one of my alter egos, but my heart went out to him in this time. It's a hard thing to go through. Tammy, I have never cheated, contrary to what, Tammy may think. I don't know if Tammy's listening, but I have never cheated on her. She has cheated on me multiple times. So it's not an easy thing to go through. But you know what, the best things in wrestling are taking things that are real life and exploiting them and, trying to make as much money as possible off of them. We've done it before in backyard wrestling entertainment. Actually, some of our best storylines have been based on real life scenarios. What was one of that comes to your mind, Skeeter?
Oh, one of my favorite storylines was when Jerry the King Baller, you exposed him in front of everyone for not being an actual king.
Yeah.
And you said, you just work at the Dairy Queen. You're not even the queen there, though.
Yeah.
And you took a blizzard and you
shoved it on his pecker. And Skeeter said, I exposed him. I pulled out his penis and I was holding it and I was like, this imposter. It was a hell of a storyline and so captivated. The crowd went silent. I'm holding his pecker and I said, this is an imposter. He's not a real king. He works at the Dairy Queen. And, Skeeter brought me a blizzard and I shoved it on his pecker. And, just, God dang it.
Jerry was screaming, this is too real. This is too real. And I thought, well, this is too real. Can I even believe it? I even believe it? And eventually I did.
Yeah, and then another one that comes to mind is, it's clear Yoko Zubaz has diabetes. And, so I, in the middle of one of our matches, I open up his gullet and I start pouring his diabetes medicine in his mouth. And, it's like, are you hungry now, bitch? And, take real life. He was, and he slurped it down like it was a goddamn Capri Sun. And, the best things in life or in wrestling, I should say, are based on reality. And this was no different. I was hooked as hard as I know what it was Matt Hardy to be going through. God dang it. I loved it. And so much, I don't know if I'm jumping the gun here, but so much good shit came from this. I mean, fucking, can I just say, Skeeter, I don't know if you were planning on getting to this, but the sex celebration, we got to see her.
I'm gonna get there.
Okay,
I'm gonna get there because I know.
I'll hold my thoughts.
That's all you want to talk about is that kind of stuff, and I just think it was deplorable what Lita and Edge did when she's with Matt Hardy. It's a perfectly fine relationship. You can just say you can say, hey, I fell in love with somebody else. You could say what's happening for real, but it's deplorable. She's gonna burn for that.
They're paying my pleasure.
Lita also dated CM Punk from 2009 to 2010, and then again, late 2012 to 2013.
Hell yeah. I mean, I get it.
Marky Xtreme, let's play the game that is so famous on your show. Let's play Marry F Kill.
Fuck. Say it, Skeeter. Try to say fuck right now.
Marry Kill.
Say it, Skeeter.
Marry
Skeeter, if you don't say it, I'm going to fire you.
Kill.
I guess I'll take that.
Matt Hardy, Edge, and CM Punk. You're Lita.
What? No. Okay, I'm Lita though.
Yeah.
But I'm Lita. I'm not Marky Xtreme. I'm not a guy. In this scenario, I am Lita.
Yes, you are Lita.
Fuck Edge, marry CM Punk, kill Matt Hardy.
Shame on you. Shame on you.
And that's if I'm Lita and I haven't thought about this before. That was just off the top of my head.
Lita competed in the women's division throughout early 2004, which led to a love-death triangle with Matt Hardy and Kane. And Kane is just so inspiring. Listen to how he woos a woman. Kane began repeatedly assaulting Hardy and attempted to seduce Lita. During the course of the storyline, he kidnapped Lita and held her tied up backstage, and he persuaded Eric Bischoff to give her a title shot at Bad Blood. And then the next night on Raw, Lita revealed that she was pregnant, and then one week later, it appeared that Hardy was going to propose to Lita, but he was interrupted by Kane, who claimed to be the father of Lita's child, which was true. And then Hardy and Kane feuded into a till death do us part match at SummerSlam with a stipulation that Lita would be obliged to marry the winner of the match, which Kane won, and then Lita married him, and that is romantic.
That was a lot. What are you wanting me to say?
That's how you win someone over right there. You just don't take no for an answer. You beat somebody up, you tie somebody up.
Yeah.
And you take what you want. You don't do it behind somebody's back. That's horrible. But kidnapping and forcing someone to marry you if you win a match, that's romantic.
I would agree, so we don't agree on things often, Skeeter, but I would agree with you on that. I think that's a great tactic on, proving your love for somebody. And, we've done, similar storylines in Backyard Wrestling Entertainment, and we leading to a death do us fart match. And, it was a match, that, one of our classics in Backyard Wrestling Entertainment. But I would agree with you on this one.
Yeah, I hope that match comes back because I really enjoy that match.
Yeah, well, we can't have Yoko Zubaz do it again, clearly.
That's a fair point. And then on September 13th episode of Raw, Lita miscarried her baby after Gene Snitsky struck her with a chair, resulting in him falling on Lita, blah, blah, blah. Then she beat Trish Stratus to win the women's championship again.
Yeah, hell yeah.
What, the miscarriage? Now, come on, Marky Extreme.
Speaking of DNA, Skeeter, this leads into my next commercial break, which is actually a very serious one, Skeeter. If you don't mind, I'm going to take a second to get a little serious, okay?
Okay.
So if you've been listening, ladies and gentlemen, if you've been listening recently on our podcast, we recently acquired Hulk Hogan DNA. For the sole purpose to find out if Hulk Hogan is my dad. Brief backstory. My mom banged a wrestler in the 80s. She doesn't know who it was, but she knows he was a wrestler. My dad's still out there, and the search continues. Skeeter, I have the test results.
You got the test results, and you're going to announce them live on the podcast?
Yoko Zubaz, over the past several weeks, has been doing a Hulk Hogan DNA, Mark Xtreme DNA taste test. DNA taste test. The results are in. Ladies and gentlemen, the results are inconclusive. Ladies and gentlemen, that's why I'm leading to this. We here at On Your Mark, we need more Hogan DNA. A national campaign and search for anybody that can bring us Hulk Hogan DNA. Skeeter, I don't know what we can give them, but we're going to give them either a free t-shirt or, some kind of shit. But if you can, without a shadow of a doubt, bring us certified, hopefully still warm Hulk Hogan DNA for a second taste test result by Yoko Zubaz. He said that he needed more DNA. Then it would be really beneficial to us because, God dang it, I hope that Hulk Hogan is my dad and I can get some of that Gawker money.
I can get you some Brooke Hogan DNA.
I don't need Brooke Hogan DNA. There's no chemical or scientific way that Brooke Hogan is my dad.
Man, I got too much of it. I don't know what to do with it. The relationship between Lita and Kane lasted until May 16th episode of Raw when Lita turned on Kane, helping Edge defeat him in the finals of the Raw Gold Rush tournament, turning heel for the first time in her career. Marky Extreme, can you explain to the listeners at home, how do you turn heel?
Before we get that, when are we going to get to this sex celebration?
It's coming.
Okay. Shit. I just want to talk about it. What was your question? How do you turn heel? Is that your question?
Yeah.
I mean,
you're
you
a wrestling expert. You're a champion of 15 plus years. You have all this knowledge. It's out there. People want to know from you. How do you turn heel?
Well, there's many ways, Skeeter. There's no one way to turn heel. I mean, you're out there. People fucking hate you, and that's an automatically you can just turn heel. Roman Reigns recently turned heel, and he's fucking awesome now, and I like him now. But somebody like me, fan favorite forever, it would never make sense for someone like me to turn heel. But there's ways it can be done. If it's got to be done right though for it to make sense. You go out there, bring out the white meat baby face, and come out there and stomp on his fucking dick, grab him by the dick, grab him by the balls and twist and, nut shots, repeated nut shots. And, that'll turn you heel. I don't know, Skeeter. There are many ways it can be done. It's just you got to tell a good story.
Toe ride.
Skeeter, I swear to you know what? And you know what? I'm glad you brought this up, you dumb bitch. People are tweeting your fucking bullshit on Twitter to me. Hashtag toll ride. Well, you know what I've started doing, Skeeter? I don't know if you notice this. I'm blocking anybody and everybody on Twitter that pisses me off. They're getting blocked. I don't know how they're still tweeting me after I do it. That even pisses me off more, but I'm blocking motherfuckers on Twitter. So go ahead, Skeeter. Get your fucking baby pussy ass fart toll ride off the ground, because you know what? I'm blocking fuckers left and right. How are you
blocking everybody?
I can block. There's ways it can be done. Okay. And
you
Jim
can block people on Twitter? That's allowed?
Absolutely. Yep. Jim Cornette can do it. I can do it too. And you know what? I haven't been doing it for years because I've been trying to gain followers, but you know what? I've given up, and I'm blocking people left and right. I don't know how. They're still tweeting me after I do it, which pisses me off even more, like I said. But Skeeter, bitches getting blocked.
That's harsh. Maybe that's how you turn heel. Maybe that's how you do it.
Maybe.
Maybe
I need to turn heel now.
On the May 30th episode of Raw, Lita announced that she had filed for divorce and said such things that Kane was like a fourth grader in the bedroom. But she would not have to deal with such things as a sweaty body.
Wait. What is a fourth grader like? Wait, what?
I guess she's been with fourth graders in the bedroom to know.
Okay.
Doesn't have to deal with that stupid little laugh that he does. And their wedding ring was flushed down a toilet. And then she attempted to marry Edge on the June 20th episode of Raw, but the marriage was interrupted by a vengeful Kane who emerged from beneath the ring, destroyed the ceremony, and Edge and Lita escaped the ring and
had a sex celebration.
Almost. But Kane tombstoned the priest. Is that legal? Can you do that?
Yeah, you can absolutely. Anybody can be tombstoned. Just because you're a person of the holy world, doesn't protect you from a goddamn tombstone or a stunner or a pedigree. You cross somebody the wrong way, that shit can happen to anybody.
Oh, I know that. That's something I'm learning right here on the show, folks. And here we go. This is what he's been waiting for. Hold on to your hats, everybody. If you're wearing a hat, after Edge defeated John Cena to win the WWE Championship on January 8th at New Year's Revolution 2006, the following night on Raw, Edge and Lita celebrated their championship victory with a live sex celebration.
Ooh, boy. Skeeter, without a shadow of a doubt, the greatest night in the history of professional wrestling. I have 3 copies of this on Blu-ray. This segment, I have 14 copies of it on regular DVD and 6 copies on a VHS, just to be safe. Also, when her titty flops out under the thing, it's my phone, my wallpaper on my cell phone. This is the greatest night I have, man. Oh God, dang it! The things I'd do if I could call the pet shop and then get a whip out there, and you can tell everybody to put, if I get calls, put them on hold, and you can grab some peanut butter and then some duct tape, and I won't tell anybody if they asked. And then if the cops called, I would say, get your own damn cat and feed it some fucking excrement and the Men in Black, if you know what I mean.
What?
Yeah, you heard me. I said what I said.
I think I heard you. But none of it made any sense. It was all ramblings.
No, it made sense. You just are too fucking. You ain't banged yet, so you don't know.
I don't, but I wouldn't do it in front of a bunch of people like that. There's people there that came. There are families there to come see a family show, and then they're making love in front of everybody like that.
Skeeter, we did it.
We didn't make love yet.
Not you and I. Oh, God dang it. You pissed me off so much. That really triggered. I'm triggered.
Like New Jack?
Stop. Fucking stop. No, I'm talking about when I had a live sex celebration in Backyard Wrestling Entertainment.
Yeah, we did not have one together.
I'm not talking about that. You and I. I'm talking about me and Tammy. My three Tammys ago.
Yeah. Wow, of course I remember that because I was there watching.
Yeah, we, just like they did on Raw, we covered up. We had kids out there, but we banged for fucking 45 minutes.
Yeah, but it went real bad when you well, let's just say missed, and then she got real mad.
Oh, I don't think I missed.
She said no, that's the wrong one. And then she got all mad and then was clutching her backside and then stormed off.
Skeeter, one person's miss is another person's hole in one. And, I think everything went great that night. Tammy might say differently. 3 Tammys ago, not my current girlfriend, Tammy. And it's a night, I think that the everybody in attendance and all the children and everybody in Backyard Wrestling Entertainment will never forget. It was beautiful. And that's art to me. Like, wrestling is art. The sex celebration was art. Greatest night in the history of professional wrestling. I watch it religiously.
I think it was a great night in Backyard Wrestling Entertainment. I think it was odd to have matches go on during it. But it was nice to still see the matches.
Well, I don't want to take away from the boys. The boys got to get out there and they got to make money. And, so we had, a little goddamn lawn chair next to the air mattress that Tammy and I were banging on. And then the matches were still happening next to us, But that's what we do. We innovate, and I think that if they would have done that in WWE that night, they're banging in the ring, and then you got goddamn Big Show and fucking Hornswoggle over on the other side, wrestling. You get the best of both worlds.
The live sex celebration segment earned Raw a 5.2 rating, the highest Raw rating in over a year, leading Edge to call himself the most watched champion ever. Marky Xtreme, how would you beat Edge's claim to be the most watched champion ever?
Say that again.
All right. Born?
No, just your question to me. I didn't understand your mumble.
Oh. Well, how would you beat Edge's claim to be the most watched champion ever?
How would I beat it?
Yeah.
The fuck do you mean? How would I beat it?
Edge says he's the most watched champion ever because he had live sex on TV, and he's like, "I'm the most watched champion ever." How you going? How can you beat that? How would you ever?
How many views did you say? 5? What was it?
5.2.
5.2. That's 5.2 million. Do you know how many views me and Tammy have on Pornhub right now?
I don't.
62 million. That our sex celebration from Backyard Wrestling Entertainment has 62 million views. I don't know if you know that. Have you seen it?
No, you blocked me.
Yeah, you're not. I don't want. God dang it! If there's anybody that shouldn't watch Pornhub, it's to you. But yeah, we're crushing it on there. Still don't know how to monetize that shit, but I'm doing just fine. So I am technically much more viewed than that.
Well, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
And congratulations to Lita, because she was inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame in 2014 by her best friend Trish Stratus.
For the sex celebration.
What? No, they didn't have a sex celebration.
I'm saying she was inducted because of it.
Marky Xtreme. No, she has an amazing legacy. She's a pioneer. Lita was involved in the first 3 Raw main events featuring women. She won all 3 of those matches. She won the women's championship several times. She was the first woman who ever main evented Raw where no men were involved in any way. And she faced Victoria in the first ever women's steel cage match in WWE.
But Skeeter, what are people going to look back and remember when she, does a final fucking swanton into the grave?
I think people are going to remember her epic feud with Trish Stratus. They're going to remember her winning the championship, teaming with The Rock, and fighting Triple H. All these things.
That's not what I'm going to remember. And with all due respect to Amy Dumbass, I'm going to remember that titty.
On January 28, 2018, at the Royal Rumble, Lita made a surprise entrant as number 5 during the first ever women's Royal Rumble match, in which she eliminated Mandy Rose and Tamina before being eliminated by Becky Lynch. And at the first ever WWE Women's Pay-Per-View, Lita and Trish Stratus defeated Mickie James and Alicia Fox. Them some more feathers in her cap right there.
All great accomplishments, yes.
She's left an amazing legacy and inspires women, inspires me. Maybe someday I'll become a women's wrestler. I don't know. I think she does great things. Marky Xtreme, this has been truly a fantastic episode.
Absolutely, Skeeter. Like you said, Lita is without a shadow of a doubt a pilgrim in this business, and she has paved the way for many, many amazing women in her path. And we've pulled a lot of inspiration from her sex celebration, and me experimenting with thongs and their source and so forth. And Lita will go down in history as one of the greats.
One of the greats indeed, but dare I say, not better than you, Marky Xtreme.
Well, nobody there. Yeah.
Yes, so this is part of the legacy of Marky Xtreme, this podcast, as well as everything that's on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/OnYourMarkShow, where you see Marky Xtreme interviewing the greatest wrestlers alive today, and I think even some people that are dead, right?
Shit, is it who?
Well, I think Animal's
God,
on there.
Road Warrior Animal. Oh my God, I forgot. Yeah. Who is there? Anybody else that we've interviewed dead?
Is Noelle Foley dead?
I don't know. Is she?
I haven't seen her. Where's the next episode of Holy Foley on WWE Network?
Oh God,
she's trained to be a wrestler.
We gotta look it up. I hope to God she isn't.
Marty Jannetty and Virgil, are they dead?
I don't mean to sound insensitive, but probably.
See, if people aren't getting the greatest opportunities of their lifetimes and making tons of money after being on your show, otherwise they'd just die.
Yeah, very valid statement.
So go check out all those interviews and all the content on there. Be sure to rate and review this show on iTunes. Check out the Patreon, patreon.com/OYM show, where you can get so many exclusives, so much fun stuff, as well as the extreme shoutouts, so much more. ProWrestlingTees.com/OYM show. Get a bunch of fun shirts for yourself. Marky Xtreme, is there anything I'm leaving out of this?
No, you're the biggest dumbass in the world, and I'm going to make $1 billion with mood thongs.
Well, I'm not a bigger dumbass than Lita, because she's the original dumbass. And from all of us here at the show, we love you, dumbass. We love you with all our hearts. Thanks, everybody. We'll be back with another episode next week. Bye!
Dragon Wagon.